Will be asked in the next class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can leave. Going to start next class. Okay. In the next class, we'll start carbon compound.
Yes, sir. Nice, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Ashwin, Jovita, Jaslyn. How are you?
Fine,
Is I'm
sir.
audible? Is
Good,
I'm
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Yes, sir.
So in the previous class, we were discussing in your batch biology. We have the next topic regeneration. We have to start now. We have done spore formation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Regeneration. Wait a minute, let me write. So let me turn on the slide first. Okay, just wait a minute so that we can start. So we have done. Okay, so let's start here, students. We have to start the regeneration now. Okay, in the previous class, we have discussed spore formations. We have discussed the budding in yeast, asexual method of reproduction, budding, multiple fusion or binary fusion we have discussed. Okay, so now today we're going to discuss regeneration. Okay, regeneration is actually another method of reproduction. Okay, but it is a developmental process. Okay, it is not a asexual method of reproduction. Okay, got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
So if I talk about regeneration, so check whether I have teach you this one or not. I think I have not teach you this one. So let me explain you that regeneration in some very simple and primitive organism like planaria. Planaria is very simple organism, okay, and it is very simple. It does not have complex body design and don't have the special organ level system organization. It has cellular level of organization. It does not have any organs, okay. So it is very simple and primitive like this. So if we have this planaria and if we cut it into this is a light sensitive cell, light sensitive cell, and this is planaria. Okay, so which is a very simple organism. Okay, and if we cut it, like for example, if we cut it like this way, first part, the second part, okay, then A part, B part, and C part will grow its other parts. Okay, for example, if we cut it A will grow B and C part, B will grow A and C part, and C will grow A, B and A part. So when we cut it, we will get a new planaria. If we cut it into three part, we'll get three new planarias. Okay. So this is a developmental process. Let me explain you. This is a developmental process. Developmental means it is not an accessible method of reproduction. It is a developmental process in which uh, these cells are so active that they can regenerate their lost body part. Okay. They can regenerate their lost body part. You understood? You understood? Everyone, please turn on your camera.
Yes,
Yes.
Please turn on your camera. Let me show you first. If we have this type of representation, then it can cut and show the new parts. Okay, new part of the plant. Sorry, new part can be generated. And how it is possible? This is possible because these are very simple and primitive organism. Even every cell have very simple body design. Okay, so they are very simple and they can't because they have very stem cells and they are very simple organism. Then every cells have very means every cell know the information of the previous of body design. For example, we all organism have started our life from a single cells. Okay, for example, the male gamete and the female gamete fuse together. This is the male gamete and the female gamete. When they fuse together, this is 23, this is 23. When they fuse together, they gives you zygote. They gives you zygote. Okay, and it is going to have 46 chromosomes and it is called zygote. And we all living organisms started our life from this single cell. Okay, we were first initially a single cell, that is zygote. And after this one zygote, this zygote start multiplying, and you know that it forms a big mass of cells called blastomeres that we're going to study in the reproduction chapters. So in the initial stages, these cells have very means every cells have the informations that how in the initial stages that how our different body part is going to be. Okay, for example, only this cell of zygote has the information that how can from this cell on particular division kidney cells will be formed, neuron cells will be formed, nerve cells, eyes, heart, bones, every different types of cell that we are having in our body, that the zygote DNA is going to have that information of creating new types of cells. So if I ask you a simple question here, that in the initial stages, if we are having this zygote and if it multiplied, if it is zygote and if it we keep this copy of zygote first 2 or 3 cells separately, then a new clone of an whole organism can be formed. Because this initial stages, these cells are going to have such information that every body part, every body cells or every different body part, that how it is going to create, they know, they know. Okay. Okay, and this will be more we will discuss when we will going to discuss the sexual method of reproduction in human beings. And in case of twins, identical twins, we're going to discuss this one. But later, we will explain you here that these cells are called stem cells. Initial stages of zygote, when it is multiplying, then every cell is going to have the information that how our bodies design, our body or different body part is going to form. Okay, but when the cell get differentiated, the kidney is formed, the heart is formed. Okay, then the cells of kidney does not know that how the cells of heart is going to form. Okay, the cells of lungs are not going to have the information that how liver can be formed. The different types of cells uh, are differentiated now, and they don't have information how to make their previous body design. But these organisms, like I'm talking about planaria, these are very simple primitive organisms. They are going to have primitive cell in all over their body design, or we can say that very simple stem cells in all over their body. And every cell know how the different cell can be formed. The different body parts can be formed. And since this body is very simple, this design is very simple, that it does not means if we cut it, it does not mean that their lungs or their kidney is being separated out. No, because they are very simple and primitive organism. They don't have kidney, they don't have like liver, lungs. They don't have like this organism. They are just simple primitive organism. Okay, and if we cut it, then it can even survive and give rise to 3 new organisms. That is called, let me show you that how it can that it can happen. So wait a minute. So I can show you here that if we cut this planaria, okay, let me show you that even if we cut this planaria here, then each part we just cut it, and then you can see that this white portion is going to grow here and they will develop. So similarly this part is growing, and you can say that this is growing. So initially if we cut the planaria into two or three or two part, then each part is going to grow the new part. This is head has been removed from here, then this portion is going to grow its new part. Okay, and at the end we'll find that new planaria will be formed, and every part of this is going to develop. Okay, and this is called regeneration. Regeneration is not an asexual method of reproduction, that you can see that tail is coming here. Okay, that was cut, and the other portion also. Okay.
Sir, that eye looking things are eye. This
Yeah, eye
googly
looking,
eyes.
eye looking things are the light sensitive cells. This is the first
Uh,
organism in the level that are going to have the eye sensitive cells. After these organisms, the more complex eyes are developed. Okay, but the organism that are previous to them, they are, we can simply say that they are not going to have eyes. Okay, so like amoeba don't have the eye because they are very primitive. They are very primitive. Okay. So if I talked about this one, what we are studying. So if I talked about this one, this is the planaria, and we cut it, it will give rise to new organisms. So note it down about this regeneration. Regeneration is a developmental process. We are not writing here a asexual method of reproduction. Why? Because it is not a method of asexual method of reproduction. Because, and why we will discuss that why it is not asexual method of reproduction. It is a developmental process that involve growth, morphogenesis, and differentiation of tissue. Lower organism like sponges. You have not studied diversity, so you don't know what is sponges ciliated. But let me explain you that sponges are the category of organism that are very simple. Okay, and then after comes ciliated, and then after comes platyhelminthes. So sponges, ciliated, and platyhelminthes are very simple organism. They don't have much complex design. They are very simple organism. Okay, so in this simple organism, they show exhibit the remarkable power of regeneration. When these are cut into pieces, then each piece has capability to grow new organism. Okay, let me explain you one more time that if we cut the tail of lizard will grow a new tail, but the cutted tail will not grow into a new lizard. So lizard will not comes under the category of regeneration. Okay. Okay,
sir,
note
Yes.
it down fast.
sir, starfish.
Starfish, I don't know if you cut the starfish, and if both the cutted part can grow new starfish, then it will considered as regeneration. But starfish does not comes under this primitive organism, so I think it does not regenerate. I think so. Note it fast. Note it fast. Note it fast.
Done, sir.
Done,
Sir,
everybody?
no, sir. No,
Note
sir.
it fast.
Is it possible that the organism can detach itself, or does it have to be cut?
Yeah, they have to be cut. They can't. This is the only reason that regeneration is not considered to be an asexual method of reproduction, because in this method of reproduction, organism need to depends on another organism or another in order to being cut. Means they need to be dependent in order to reproduce. They need to be dependent for being cut, and that's why it is not considered to be as a sexual method of reproduction. Okay, is the only
So
reason.
can't this planaria can reproduce in a different way in,
Yeah, it
instead
can
of
be
region.
it can be reproduced by different methods also.
Sir, done, sir.
Done, everybody? Okay, so let's move further. The question comes that why regeneration can't be considered an asexual method of reproduction. So note it down, because in regeneration, organism need to depends on another organism to being cut in order to reproduce. Means they need to depends. And moreover, no organism will like to prefer to being cut in order to reproduce. No organism will like to cut, okay, being cut in order to reproduce. So please note it down. Done.
No, sir.
Sir, something is coming in screen, sir.
Answer.
Done.
Answer.
No, sir, no. Then
Okay.
don't say.
Okay, done. So let's move further. Now the next, this is that why this is also an NCERT question. Why more complex organism like human beings can't be reproduced by asexual method of regeneration? So this is a simple that our body is now at differentiated form. We don't have the stem cells. Okay, that every cell of our body don't know that how the different cells can be born. For example, kidneys cannot make another kidney. Kidney cells cannot make the liver. Okay, they don't have the body. Means the cells are differentiated now. They don't have the information like the stem cell, the initial stages of cells after the zygote is formed. They are going to have the information of every body part, that how every body part is being going to form. But our body now has been grown. Now there is a cell differentiation. Particular types of cells have some specific functions only. They don't have information how the different cells are going to perform. So because in regeneration, stem cells have information of making all the different cells part of the body. Okay, in human beings, each cell has its own function and does not behave as stem cells. That's why in human being, regeneration is not possible. Moreover, our body is complex and has vital organs, plays at different parts of the body, which plays important role in metabolism. Without these organs, life is not possible. For example, if we cut ourselves from the head, to head is an important part, and you can know that brain without brain, our body cannot coordinate. Similarly, if we separate out kidney, the excretion will not be done. So it is not possible that if our body is being cut into two or more parts, then regeneration is possible. Okay, so note it down. Is done. Note it fast.
So,
Note it fast. Noted.
so,
Everybody done.
no, sir.
Yes, sir.
Note it
No,
fast.
sir.
Done, sir.
Done.
Sir.
Okay. Done.
No, sir.
Done. Note it fast.
On, sir.
Done. Okay. So let's move further. The next one is fragmentation. Fragmentation is a pure asexual method of reproduction. In this type of organism, like some organism like Spirogyra. Spirogyra is a multicellular freshwater living organism. And is in Spirogyra, so like this Spirogyra, there is a repetition of same body design. Let me show you the Spirogyra. Okay. So Spirogyra, there is a repetition of same body design. Okay. And this repetition of same body design is called fragments. What we called it? Fragments. Okay. So if you check this is a Spirogyra. Okay, let me show you that this is a Spirogyra. Okay. Okay, so if we check it, this is the slides of Spirogyra. This is okay, and there is the same body design, repetition of same body designs. After regular interval, you see there is the same body design, and this is called fragments. What we called it? We called it fragments. Okay, got it? And these fragments get detached when the Spirogyra get mature. These fragments get detached, and each part behave as a new organism. So this is the examples of Spirogyra, that in some organism like Spirogyra, when it gets mature, there is a repetition of same body design after regular interval called fragments. We call it fragments. After some time, these fragments get detached and behave as new organisms. So note it fast. Fragmentation, last method of asexual method of reproduction in animals. Note it fast. Done?
Go on.
Done, everyone? Jobita, Amar, Ashwin, Vidwan, done?
Yes, sir, done.
Okay, let's move
One
further.
second.
So let's move further. Now there is an asexual method of reproduction in plants. Okay, so we have done the asexual method of reproduction in animals right now, and we are discussing the asexual method of reproduction in animals. Okay, so what happened in animals actually? Let me explain you that in animals there are certain different types of parts other than the reproductive organs. Okay, like stems is not a reproductive organs, leaves, roots, these are not the reproductive organs. The reproductive organs of the plants is like it is flower, seeds. Okay, so instead of using flower, instead of using seeds, if we use the vegetative part like we use leaves, okay, like we use stem, like we use root. So if we are capable of growing plants by these methods, we called it vegetative propagation. So what is vegetative propagation? It is an asexual method of growing new plants from their vegetative parts like stems, root, leaves without involvement of their reproductive organs. So note it down. What is vegetative part? It is asexual method of growing new plants from their vegetative part, from their vegetative part without involvement of their reproductive organ. Okay, note it fast. Then I'm going to explain you.
Done, sir.
Done? Done, everyone?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So let's move further. The vegetative propagations are of two types. One is the natural method, another one is the artificial methods. In natural methods, we have different types of plant part other than reproductive organ. Like we have the stem. Potato is a modified stem. Potato is a modified stem. And in potato, we have this eye-like structure, potato, in potato. And if we buried this eye into the soil, then new plants can arise from this one. Okay. Similarly, the leaves of bryophyllum have some notches over it, and they can give rise to new plants. Let me show you. Let me show you different vegetative parts of the plant that has capability to give rise to new plants. Okay. So first of all, eye of potato. So you can watch it here that these are the eyes of potato. Okay, and these have the capability to give rise to new plants when they are buried under the soil. If you keep the eye for potato for a long time in the refrigerator also, then you can get this bud like structures coming out from the potato and also from the onions. Okay, okay, so this is called eye of potato that has the capability to give rise to new plants. Okay, okay, but it is a modified stem. You understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, if we have like we have bryophyllum leaves, leaf of bryophyllum. So you can check here that leaves of bryophyllums have birds. Okay, these are the birds like structure, that is the leaves of bryophyllum. You can check it here. Okay, and if I zoom it for you, so you can check that this is the bryophyllum leaves on which the birds are there. And these birds, when buried under the soil, or if along with the leaves they are buried with the soil, then it can give rise to new plants. So they have notches, and these notches have produced birds, and these birds can give rise to new plants. Okay, you understood? This is the leaf of bryophyllum plant that has the capability to give rise to new uh, plants. In the similar way, we have birds, or we can say that nodes and internodes of ginger. So if I talk about nodes and internodes of ginger, so ginger is we can say that ginger here. Here you can see that this is ginger. Okay, and this is the ginger, and on ginger you see that there are the scaly leaves, and some portion of the ginger is going to have some node like structure, like this is node. Okay, and when this node is buried under the soil, then it can give rise to new plants. And ginger is a modified stem. Ginger is also a modified stem. So you can check that these birds have the capability to give rise to new plants. Okay. Okay, you understood, dear students? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So these are the different types of methods that we can use for growing new plants. Okay, got it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So these are the natural methods. These are the natural methods. But there are some artificial methods also. There are some artificial methods also by which we can produce new plants by without using their reproductive organs, without using flowers and seeds. That can be cutting of stems, leaves. Okay, so we'll discuss this one by one. So first, you please note it down that what are the natural methods for producing new plants. Okay, so note it down. Natural methods. Leaves of bryophyllums have notches on the surface from which adventitious birds arises. These birds, when buried under the soils, has capability to give rise to new plants. Note it down.
Then, sir.
No, sir.
Done, everyone?
Nah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now note this eye of potato also. Eye of potato is a modified stem. Done?
Say done, sir.
Okay. So let's move further. That's a nodes and internodes of ginger can also gives you the new plants. Bulbous of agave can also gives you the new plants. Okay. Now moving to the next part here is the artificial methods. The artificial methods of propagation is there can be different methods like cuttings of stems, cuttings of root, cuttings of leaves. So cutting is an artificial methods in which we use a suitable part, okay, and which is being used, which we cut, okay, and like we cut the stems in the China rose, in the rose plants, sugarcane, and we grow it into the, okay, into the soil. Then new plants arises from it. Okay. Similarly, root cutting, you cut the root of lemon, and lemon can gives it to new plants. Leaves cutting in sansevieria plants. If you cut the leaves, so let me show you that if you cut how rose cutting, lemon cutting, and it can help you to give rise to new plants and how it helps. So rose cutting. So this is the rose cutting method. Okay, you can check it that here. Okay, so this is the rose cutting method. Okay, in which we have these rows and they are going to have buds. We cut it first and then we grow their roots. So now we buried this one into the soil. Then this has the capability to give rise to new plants. Okay. Similarly, we just cut it in the V shape structure. Okay, and we just choose that part which is going to have much simply much leaves over it. Okay, we choose that branch when we are cutting that it must have much leaves so that the plants can grow. Okay, got it? You understood? Okay, similarly, lemon cutting, lemon root cutting in lemon, root cutting in lemon. So in lemon also we can cut the roots of the lemon and we can get the new plants here. Okay, so if you cut the root of the lemon, then even uh, this can be grown into new plants. Okay, so generally in lemon we have the root cutting system. We just cut the roots and we just grow it. We cut the roots and we it can give you new plants. Okay, and the last one is the in sansevieria plant. In sansevieria plant, if you cut the leaves of the sansevieria varia plant, and then even this leaves has the capability to give rise to new plants. Okay, so like you can see in sansevieria plants. Okay, so in sansevieria plants, if we have this one, okay, so it can give rise to new plants. Okay, so this is the sansevieria plant, and it has the capability to give rise to new plants when this leaves is cut and grown into the soil again. Then it has the capability. So cutting is an important method for growing. It is an artificial method that is developed by human beings by cutting the various part of the plants and has capability to give rise to new plants. Okay, so please note it down in the cutting that what we does in the cutting. So here, note it down, please. Done. Nobody is replying. Amar done. Ashwin, Amar.
So one answer.
Sir, not done, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, sir, done.
Done. Okay.
One.
Is there anyone who's still writing?
The last line.
Yes.
Okay, noted.
Done, sir.
Now moving to the next part is layering. So layering is another type of artificial methods of growing new plants. It can be done by using by air layering. I mean, layering can be of two types. Means it can be layering, air layering, or ground layering. What we does in ground layering? In ground layering, we just bend a part of a plant, okay, and such that it can goes to the level of soil, okay, and then we buried it. We buried it under the soil, okay, and later after some time, this buried part get get new roots, okay, and new plants arises from this one, and then later this part is detached, okay. The parent plant is part is detached, and it can gives you new plants. And layering, there can be of two types of layering. One is ground layering, other one is air layering. What happens in the air layering? In air layering, we just have a plant. Let me show you that what is air layering first. So what we does in air layering, let me show you that this is an air layering method. Okay, and in this method, what we does, we just peel the plant part. Okay, let me show you from the beginning. Okay, wait a minute. We just peel the plant part, and let me show you. So this is a technique of growing new plants. Okay, generally from a branch, if you have this branch, because every time we cannot have this stem, like it's in stem cutting, we cannot we just cut this stem and we grow. So every plant stem cannot be used for this purpose. Okay, every plant cannot be grows by cutting into stems directly into the soil. So for this we need the roots. Before budding we need to we need the roots. So we just peel it out like this way. We just peel it out, uh, the upper layer, okay, and then we just provide some nutrient rich cell division hormones. This is the hormones, okay, and then we apply some clay soil which is rich in nutrients, mixed with nutrients, humus, okay. We just fixed it like this way, okay. Are you getting? And
Yes,
then
sir.
we just tied it like this way. We just tied it with a polythene, okay, and just keep it for a month or a month and a half month, okay, about 45 days. We just tied it, okay, and we don't need to give any nutrient extra because plant is still connected with the with the plant. I mean, this branch is connected with the plant, so no need to give extra. Okay, got it?
Okay, sir.
Then this after 35 days or 45 days, then this part is being cut and removed. And this part will going to have new roots here. Okay, new roots. So this is a part on the 35th day, and it is going to have roots, like you can see here. The new roots are here. Inside this, there are numerous roots are here. Okay. Then we simply detach this part from the main plant part. Okay, we cut it, and we will grow this soil, this part into the soils having some clay, nutrient rich mediums and water, humus, and then this plant will continue to grow. Okay, so this is an asexual method of producing a new plant of same characteristics. In asexual method of reproduction, we just can produce new plants of same characteristics. For example, if we have a plant which is having very good characteristics, it does not, it bears seeds at low temperature. Okay, sorry, it bears seeds. It is a very good plants of each and every characteristics. Okay, so what is going to happen? So if we are having a plant which is going to have very good characteristics, like it can grow in very low amount of water and it can tolerate heat, and it is disease resist. It does not means it is very good plant. Okay, all the good qualities of plants are there, of plant that a plant should have. Uh, that plant is going to bear. Okay, so what happens if we reproduce that plant with the sexual method of reproduction? Then it is going to have both the plant characteristics. Okay, both the plant that are being used here, they are going to show, or we can say that both the plant characteristics will be there. Okay, but if we grow the plants by asexual method of reproduction, then in that case the plant is going to have the characteristics of only one plant, parent plant. No two plants characteristics will be there. So if I'm talking about that, in asexual method of reproductions, when we are growing a plant, the plant is going to have the same features, same characteristics of the parent plant. No change in the characteristics of the plant will be there, because only single plant DNA is being involved here. Okay. Okay. Understood? Understood,
Yes,
everyone? So
yes, sir.
what is the advantage of layering? Layering or asexual method of reproduction, that a plant is going to have the same characteristics, that so that's why we use different body parts. We cut the plants branches, sometimes we cut, so that the characteristics should be maintained and we get the desirable qualities again and again. Okay, so layering, in layering, a twigs or a branch of plant is bent down below the soil. This is called layer. Soon this portion develop new roots and give rise to new plants. Okay, later the plant part branch is cut and reattached. Okay, so note it down.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, should we write the grafting also?